Hello Captains, and welcome to this X-Plane 10 video. JARDesign recently released an AI traffic and custom ATC plugin for X-Plane 10 called X-life Deluxe. In this video we are going to be doing a full review and tutorial of X-life Deluxe. Hopefully by the end of the tutorial you'll be able to kind of form your own conclusion about this plugin and whether it's worth the investment from your perspective. Of course, I'm going to be sharing my notes and kind of thoughts on this plugin throughout the video. The first thing you will notice about this airport is that it's empty. And we are currently situated at Hamburg Airport in Germany, ICO code Echo Delta Delta Hotel. And as it is the case with many other airports in X-Plane, it's got absolutely no aircraft at the gate. There are definitely no aircraft flying in and out of this airport, which kind of, makes it a little bit, a little boring, I guess. So X-life Deluxe gives us that extra level of realism where it introduces AI traffic both at the gate and aircraft flying in and out of the airport. And I think this adds, a level of realism that kind of we're all looking for. The immersion that we want, I think, can be achieved at least through the AI traffic part of this plugin. Okay, so without further ado, let us go ahead and begin setting up X-life Deluxe. And what we're going to be doing after that is we're going to fly this EasyJet flight 7904 today from Hamburg to Schiphol in Amsterdam. So first thing first, let's go to X-life and turn on the traffic. And that's the first thing you'll need to do. Throughout the flight, we will also look at the ATC phraseology used in this plugin and see how closely it actually. As you can see now, we have we have the aircraft. These are not static, okay? So they all have flight plans. So let's go ahead and take a look at X-life features. So from this menu here, you can turn on the traffic on or off. The flight plan. This is where we're this is where we're gonna file our flight plan for the flight today. Departure, arrival, alternate flight level, and then basically we're gonna send this to ATC. This is our flight and call sign today. Of course, this is an A320, and our call sign today is EZ7904. Alright, so if we look at the menu here, this is exactly the same flight plan window, and here you have a radar screen which shows you all the aircraft in the vicinity. You can increase and decrease the map range, and then you have this one here which provides you with the airport information. Okay, so you've got the gate, busy 22, the runways are obviously free at the moment, and you have the status of all the aircraft that are currently here at the airport. So currently the phase is not there. Within, I think, a couple of minutes, things will start getting really busy around this airport, and you'll start seeing aircraft coming in and taxiing and flying out. It will get very interesting in a little while. Then after that we have this little guy here. There are no aircraft at the moment, but this is this button here will display the labels on the aircraft and will show their altitude and the flight, the destination of the aircraft. We'll be able to see this during the in a few moments, I think. Okay, there's an aircraft coming right there, so let's go ahead and click here. And now, as you can see, this is a Cessna 172 coming into Hamburg. Fly now, so that's the status. And if we click here, Now it will show you that this is an arrival at runway 23. This is the time runway gate. It will show you also which gate this aircraft will park at once it has arrived into the airport. And now it shows that the runway is actually busy with aircraft, and it will tell you which aircraft it is. So let's remove the label and let's go ahead and start with our flight plan. Let's go ahead and go inside the flight deck. Now, before we file for our flight today, two things. We can generate a flight plan here, and X-life will basically generate a flight plan for you. You can import the flight plan from the aircraft FMS, which is the option we will use today, or you can import it from a text file. Once that is done, you will see the flight plan, the flight route, over here in this box. Then you can export it to ACF and file, and then we can send the plan to ATC and start working with our plan. So without further ado, let us go ahead and start powering up the aircraft. Alright, and APU, adjust those temps here. Now also, throughout the flight, we'll try to kind of take a look at the flow. And I think the flow is very important because it will add that level of realism to your experience, I think, if it's done well. I've done one flight using X-life, and well, kind of, let's see. I don't want to jump the gun, and I don't want to kind of burn burn the video. So yeah, let's go ahead and watch, and we will basically comment on things as we go. Right, looks like APU is available, so put that on now. All right. Enter. Okay. Good stuff. Let's bring this forward a bit. Alright. So the first thing we want to do is we want to enter our flight plan here. So what I'm going to do is I'll go to initialization, and we'll enter Echo Delta Delta Hotel to Echo Hotel Alpha Mike, which is Schiphol. We'll enter that. That's okay. Alright, so at this point we can load the FMS plan into X-life. Let's turn for radios and beacon. Signs, non-smoking signs. Alright. Now, we are flying. Departure airport is Echo Delta Delta Hotel. Our arrival airport is Echo Hotel Alpha Mike. Alternate airport. Now, I couldn't find in the flight plan, the airports that were in the flight plan were not supported by X-life yet. So I'm just going to be entering Echo Delta Delta Mike, which is Munich, and our flight load today will be 280. I'm not really sure what this is. If anybody knows, please put a comment in the comment section below. Aircraft type, we are an A320 Airbus, and our call sign today is EZ7904. Alright, everything looks good, so let's go ahead and say import from aircraft FMS. Alright, and as you can see now, the flight plan is right here. This is the departure airport. This is our SID, and this is our star. Alright, so we'll export, send plan to ATC. Alright, now the first thing normally that you should do when you are in the aircraft and before you request clearance from the tower is you need to do you need to listen to the ATC. Okay, so let's
Hamburg
do that.
Information Oscar 1600 Zulu weather. Sky conditions 10,000 scattered, visibility more than 10. Temperature 20, dew point 6. Wind 190 at 6, variable 160 to 230, altimeter 2985. Arriving and departing runways 2315.
Okay, so now we switch to the delivery frequency. We don't need this guy anymore. And here, the first thing we want to do is do a departure radio check. By the way, if you don't listen to the ATIS first and try to request clearance, it will be denied. It will tell you that the ATIS information is incorrect. So, we are now at delivery. Let's do a radio check.
Easy 7904, Hamburg delivery, hello, reading you 5 by 5.
Alright, so they read us 5 by 5. And now we are ready to request clearance. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. Here's the ATC window. Now there's something wrong with this. Is the first time it loads, and after that, if you close this window, it never appears again. I'm sure that that's a bug and it will be fixed. So let's go ahead now and request clearance.
Easy 7904, Hamburg delivery, cleared to skip hall, runway 23, via Whiskey Sierra November 1 Bravo, initial altitude 7,000 feet, squawk 1142.
Alright, and we'll read this back. Clear to Schiphol, runway 23 via... I couldn't read this again. Let's see here. Alright, via Whiskey Sierra November 1 Bravo, initial altitude is 7,000 and squawk is 1142. Alright, so 1142, that's our squawk, and the initial altitude is 7,000. Alright, okay. At this point we can continue programming the MCDU. So flight number today is easy 7904. And the cost index for this flight is 35. Cruise flight level is 280. And now we can align the IRS. Okay. Flight plan, departure. We are going to be departing today runway 23, which is this one here, through there we go, Whiskey Sierra November 1 Bravo. Back to the flight plan. Insert. Alright, let's check for any discos. There's one here. And by the way, when you use X-life, you will not be entering your arrival runway, because that will be given to you by ATC when you are ready, when you are close to top of descent. So for now, we are not going to be entering anything for the arrival runway. Alright, let's just take a look here. That looks fine. Alright. Alright, so let's continue with the preparation here. Turn the lights here so we can see. And what else do we have here? Everything is fine here. And we need in here. Forgot to do something, which is our fuel. Right. Performance V1. We rotate, and V2. We'll do flaps 2 for departure today, and flex temperature. It's entered here. Looks like there's an aircraft ready for pushback. We'll take a look in a minute. Right, so that's done. Now, we are ready to request push and start.
EZY7904, contact Hamburg ground, 118.350.
Okay, 118.50. Alright, so that's ground, and we'll request push and start.
Easy 7904, push and start approved.
Okay, so we are now clear to push and start. So what we'll do is we'll request the tug master. Okay. Right, Alright, so we can start our engines now.
Starting engine 2.
What was that? Alright. Okay, so we're starting engine number 2 first. Alright, and we have a good start on engine number 2. Let's start engine number 1.
Starting engine 1. Flaps 1. Flaps 2. Spoilers half. Spoilers retracted. Spoilers arm.
Okay, looks like we have a good start on both engines, so let's go ahead and turn this guy off. APU bleed off. APU master is off. Let's turn the lights here a bit so we can see. And the packs will remain off until after departure. Okay, so let's go ahead and request clearance to taxi.
Easy 7904, Hamburg ground, taxi to holding short runway 23, via Alpha PRON, Alpha.
Alright. Taxi to holding short runway 23 via Apron A, Easy 7904. Right.
Park brake off.
Right, looks like the United flight is leaving Hamburg, so I'm gonna... Now, this is the first thing. It looks like there was no... the aircraft was pushing back, we were going there, so it looks like there's no interaction between, you know, between our aircraft and other aircraft on the ground, or perhaps it's not properly done. Because this aircraft was not supposed to push back while we were taxiing. So, anyway. So far, in my opinion, far as the ATC phraseology is concerned is that it's not 100%, but it's very, very close. If you are in an intermediary stage, you want to go online, but you feel a little bit intimidated. I mean by online is if you're thinking of going to VATSIM or IVAO or Pilot Edge, and perhaps you're a little bit intimidated. I think that X-life Deluxe gives you that intermediary step, or a training ground perhaps, for you to learn the ropes, or at least understand the flows and the basic ATC phraseology. I think, yes, in that respect, I think it's very useful. Okay. I'm going to bring it now to a stop here. Let's set the parking brake.
Park brake on.
And let's inform ATC that we are here.
EZY7904, contact Hamburg Tower, 123.450.
123.450, EZ7904. Okay, so we're at the tower.
EZ7904, Hamburg Tower, aircraft in front of you. Wait and report approaching holding short.
Okay, so it looks like it does know that there is some kind of correlation between the aircraft on the ground and, you know, on ourselves, but maybe it needs a little bit of improvement. So it told me there's an aircraft in front of you, so we're going to just have to wait now. Switch to external view. Alright, I'm not sure how much longer we have to wait, but we simply have to wait until the runway is clear. Alright, here we go. There is a Croatia Airlines taken off. Now United is lining up. Alright.
Park brake off.
That means it's our turn to line up behind this United flight. That's the United flight taken off. That's a bit too quick. Yeah. Right.
EZ7904, Hamburg Tower, hold short runway 23.
Right, hold short runway 23, EZ7904.
EZ7904, Hamburg Tower, line up and wait runway 23.
Alright, line up and wait, runway 23, EZ7904. Right, I'll turn off these labels.
EZ7904, set transponder, squawk 1142.
Oops. We forgot to do that. 11. 042. Alright, I think that's what we need to do there. Alright.
Easy 7904, runway 23 cleared for takeoff, climb 223 degrees 6 knots.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 23, Easy 7904. Alright. And there we go. And we're ready to go.
Power set. $100 knots. V1. Rotate. Positive climb. Gear up. Speed checked. Flaps 1.
Alright, Captain, so we continue to climb to the first assigned altitude of 7,000. So let me go ahead and engage the autopilot at this point.
Autopilot 1. Cross-check.
Should have received something from ATC, but we haven't. I wonder why. Oops. Alright, let me check here.
Easy 7904, increase speed to 250 knots.
Alright.
Easy 7904, contact Hamburg approach 123.625.
Okay. And approach.
Easy 7904, Hamburg approach, radar contact, climb to flight level 70. Easy 7904, climb to flight level 280.
Alright, so we've been cleared to 280, which is our final cruising altitude today. It wasn't exactly...
Easy 7904, increase speed to 250 knots.
It wasn't exactly smooth. The operation wasn't exactly smooth. I think it still needs some tweaking, but it's acceptable. Welcome back, captains. We are at flight level 280, and we are reaching our top of descent at the moment. It's going to be here at, we are actually at top of descent. So I'm not sure why the top of descent and top of climb points were not calculated in our plan. But let's go ahead and report to top of descent.
EasyY7904, contact center.
Okay, let's contact the center.
Easy7904, descend at pilot's discretion to flight level 110. Expect Delta Echo November Uniform 1 Alpha arrival, runway 36 center in use.
Okay, so this is our clearance to descend to flight level 110. Alright, and this is the runway 36 center, and this is our star. So let's go back here to the FMC and enter the information. Right, 36C.
Make sure your seatbelt is securely fastened and all carry on luggage items underneath the seat in front of you or in the overhead bins.
That's the
Place
one.
your phone, electronic device until we are safely
And
lowered
that's
from the gate. Thank
the
you.
star. Okay. Okay, captains, so we have been now transferred to Schiphol approach. So let's say read back. So we're tuning to 123.625, and that's Schiphol approach.
Easy 7904, Schiphol approach, wrong ATIS information.
Okay, so that's a reminder again that we need to read the ATIS, listen to the ATIS. So let's do that. Okay, so info Juliet, runway 23, runway 33, lighting, runway 23. Transition level is 5,000 feet. Wind from the south of 230 degrees at 9 miles per hour. Okay, that's 8 knots. Right, let's go back to approach.
Easy 7904, identified. Expect Delta Echo November Uniform 1 Alpha arrival. ILS approach runway 36 center. Descend to flight level 40.
Okay, we'll descend to 40 and expect ILS approach runway 36 center. Easy 7904. Now we'll continue our descent to 4,000.
Easy 7904, increase speed to 200 and Easy 7904, descend to 2,000 feet. Quebec November Hotel 1013, Easy 7904, decrease speed to 200 and Easy 7904, decrease speed to 200 and Easy 7904, decrease speed to 250 knots.
Okay, so we lost the ATC window for a while, and it looks like the ATC instructions were coming in, but because the window wasn't active, we haven't really received these instructions. So we're instructed now to descend to 2,000, and the altimeter that the controller gave us is different from, looks like there's an aircraft there. Yeah. It was different from, that's it here on the radar as well. So it was different from the ATIS information. So anyway.
Easy 7904, cleared for ILS approach runway 36 center, report established.
Okay, report established. So we're clear now to ILS runway 36 center.
2,500.
Okay, captains, we are now reaching Schiphol. We're actually pretty close, and for some odd reason, I can't... Oh, there it is. Okay, so I'm just gonna... There's the ATC window. It keeps going to different places. And it's a bit strange. Okay, now it's time to reduce speed to 211 knots. Let me tell you that based on the plan that we did, for some reason, the top of climb and top of descent were not calculated. Okay. Now, when I entered the star, the runway and the star as given to us by ATC, it kind of it gave us the approach. Okay, so the approach was loaded into the MCDU, but I think the ATC instructions, the descent instructions, were a bit off. So they were off by a long shot, because I was cleared to descend to 2,000, as you recall, and we had like I don't know, over 60, over 80 nautical miles before the airport. So I don't think that's accurate. So, you know, I think while this is a good plugin and gives you good AI traffic and fills up your skies, as you can see there is traffic here, it still needs a lot of work. I think it still needs. I feel that this product is unfinished. This is my opinion, is that it's unfinished, and it needs still quite a bit of work to make it market ready. I think maybe the release was a little bit premature, but the AI traffic works well, so you'll definitely get a lot of aircraft coming in and out of airports. But in terms of the ATC, I think it still needs a lot of work. The phraseology isn't actually very accurate. It is okay, but it's not very accurate, and definitely the overall operation of this plugin needs to be checked out. It needs to be fixed, right?
EC7904, continue approach. EC7904, contact tower 123.450.
Alright, now we can hand it over to the tower.
EC7904.
Approach phase activated.
6 center, line 259 degrees 3 knots.
Okay, so we are cleared to land, runway 36 center, wind 259 degrees and 3 knots. Alright, captains, here we go. I think we are going to be in our turn now. Okay, glide slope is active. Okay, let's start reducing our speed. knots.
Gear down.
Gear down.
Speed checked. Flaps 3.
Flaps 3.
Autopilot 2. Cross check.
Alright, and we're configured for Autoland today. Okay, so VF is 143. We're going to add 5 knots.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have just
So 148 is our final speed.
Please make sure to undown your seatbelt and securely fasten.
148
Currently passing from the cabin to make a final compliance check
and flap full.
Speed checked. Flaps full.
Thank you.
1,000.
Okay, we are clear to land.
$500.
500, okay.
400.
Land green checked.
300.
100 above.
Glide
Minimum.
slow, glide slow, glide slow.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20.
Ground spoilers. Reverse green. $70 knots.
Easy 7904, take taxiway whiskey 3, when vacated contact ground 118.350.
Alright. So welcome to Schiphol. And this needs to go to...
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Arrival Airport. For your safety and comfort, we ask that you please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the captain turns off and fasten seatbelt sign.
Alright, let's...
Indicate that we have marked out the gate and that it is safe for you to move out.
runway is vacated.
Easy Y7904, contact Schiphol ground 118.350. Easy 7904, you are on runway 36C. Vacate and report back.
Well, we are not.
Easy 7904, you are on runway 36C. Vacate and report back.
Well, that's strange because we're no longer on the runway.
Easy 7904,
Alright,
taxi
work
to
now.
Delta 49 via Whiskey 3, Delta, Bravo, Alpha 16, Alpha, Mike 9, Alpha 13, Alpha 10.
Okay, now this feature here says request follow me car. JARDesign has a nifty little plugin that has a follow me car which will kind of like the GSX ground services in Prepared and FSX, and it will basically take you to the gate. But for I do have this plugin. I don't normally use it because it's got this really a pause when as you land and it says welcome to such and such airport, which kind of bugs me. So we're not going to do that. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and stop the aircraft here on the taxiway, and I'm going to set the parking
Brake on.
Captains, we were unable to do the replay of our landing because X-Plane crashed due to the X-life plugin. So, here are my closing remarks on this plugin. It is I think X-life Deluxe is still in an infancy stage in terms of what it claims to be. It has the potential to be a great plugin for X-Plane. The AI traffic, I must say, is very well done. It's quite nice. It fills up the skies. As you fly, you'll see aircraft on your aircraft radar. It's not exactly working well, even with the aircraft, even with the JARDesign aircraft. Lots of issues in terms of, the actual flight plan. Once you file it, it gives you. It gives you one path, and once we were cleared, as you saw in the video, it kind of, it made us descend too soon, I think. So that wasn't very good. In terms of the ATC phraseology, I think it is acceptable. I wouldn't say that it's 100% accurate. It's probably anywhere between 60 and 70%. Complete and accurate, I think. So you have seen the video. Of course, you are entitled to your own opinion about the plugin. My final words is that the plugin isn't ready for release yet. It still needs a lot of work, but it has the potential to be one of the greatest plugins for X-Plane 10. Folks, I hope that you've enjoyed this video as much as I've enjoyed making it for you. Until next time, please take care of yourselves and each other. Thank you so very much for watching, and bye-bye for now.